Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Hypovolemia. And in today's episode, we are going to be getting into a couple things from Botania. I want to go ahead and make a Rod of the Lands, which will essentially allow us to get dirt in very large quantities. So, let's grab a piece of dirt. We've got everything else we need. And it's dirt, a living wood twig, and a rune of earth, and that will make the Rod of the Lands. And then it will use mana to create dirt, which is pretty cool. That's very useful for us. And it doesn't use a huge amount of mana either, so really kind of a useful thing. Now, I'm kind of thinking it would be cool if we kind of took this area right here and essentially made it a lot more alive, shall we say. So we can basically just put dirt all over the place. Now, it would take forever for me to replace this whole entire area with dirt. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But I do want to get some grass and stuff like that kind of spread around here, at least a bit, as best I can. Like so. And there's also a Botania quest for making the Rod of the Lands, and then it wants me to make a Rod of the Seas as well. How do I make that? Water, a water bottle, and living wood twig. Okay. I don't know why I actually need a Rod of the Seas, since I can make whatever. It's fine. Okay. Do I have a water bottle somewhere? I have a glass bottle that I can fill with water. That'll work. Let's go ahead and do that. Uh-huh. Looks good. And then we need another living wood twig, a rune of water, and the water bottle. And there's the Rod of the Seas, and this thing will, just as you would expect, generate water and create source blocks. Like so. Now, once you have an infinite water source, it basically becomes useless because you can just do it the vanilla way and not use any mana. But, who am I to judge? Rod of the Skies. That, when right-click, will launch you far into the air and ignore fall damage. That could be very useful as well. Let's take a look at that guy. So, a feather, a living wood twig, and a rune of air. I do have a rune of air. A feather, I don't know that I do have a feather. I know I can get a feather, but I don't know if I actually have any right now. I think I'll have to... Yeah, I'll have to grow one. Okay, that's not a big deal. Where is my... Where's my rune? Where's my rune of earth? Or my rune of growth, or whatever the thing is called. I'm not seeing it. Okay. I guess we'll just use bone meal. Fine. Whatever. Alright. So, somewhere I have chicken seeds. Oh! That was a mistake. Try again. Why? What? It broke. There we go. Let's just get a number of these, and I think, is it 8 of them for a feather, or is it 9? We'll just get 9. And let's see. That's an egg. That's a feather. There we go. And then once again, living wood twig, feather, and the rune of air. And let's try this thing out. Oh, wow. So it launches you high into the air. It doesn't really let you propel yourself forward, though. Let's see. That should be... Is that not all? Oh, one more rod. Okay, we'll make a ring of fire around the point of origin, burning everything, including you. That just sounds like a terrible idea. Ooh, and I need blaze powder for that. I don't know that I have a way... Oh, I have blaze powder. Just kidding. We're fine. It's perfectly okay. Didn't think I actually had any on me, but that's fine. All right, so living wood twig, blaze, fire, and now we have that rod. I'm not going to use it because I don't particularly want to set myself on fire. Do we need to make all of the rods for this quest? Like, I've made 4 rods already. And now it wants a mana diamond. But I don't think there are any ores in the world. I'm pretty sure there aren't, in fact. So this thing is, like, completely useless. But I guess we'll do it just to complete the quest. So it was like that. There we go. And that gives us 32 living wood. Totally worth it, right? And then we get into advanced rods, Rod of the Shifting Crust. It's going to want me to make all of these guys as well. And I don't think I particularly want to do that. Let's just take a little sleep here because it's getting kind of late. And there we go. All right. Now, I don't know. Is there a way to make... No. So we've got logs of different types, but we don't have a way to make other planks other than, well, even like the witchery trees can't make other planks. The only planks we can make are oak, which is kind of aggravating. But whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. I do kind of want to talk about my plans for this series. I don't know that there's actually a way to get other building materials as far as wood is concerned beyond just regular oak or regular oak planks. And that's because, as I said, you can't make the precision sawmill from mechanism. Like it's not possible. And all the wood gives you these wooden splinters, which then you throw in the blood altar and it makes them into oak planks. So if I want to build things out of anything other than wood or anything other than oak, it can't be wood. It's going to have to be stone or some sort of other something, which is a little annoying. Actually, a lot annoying. Very, very, very much annoying. I think what I'm going to do, and some of you will not like this decision, but that's okay. I do think that this is going to be the last episode of Hypovolemia. To be honest, I'm just kind of growing a little bored with it. I'm just not feeling it anymore. And really, my goal for this series was to kind of learn the basics of blood magic. And I think we kind of accomplished that. I think we did a pretty good job. We got into blood magic a ways. We certainly didn't complete it or anything like that. We didn't master blood magic, but I learned a lot about it, and my knowledge of blood magic is definitely far more than it was before we started this series, so I think it was successful. I also kind of want to just showcase the Modpack a bit, and I think we've done a pretty good job of that as well, so I do think that this is probably going to be the last episode. I want to see if I can kind of beautify this area a little bit before we call it quits, just so we have something. And I will put a world download in the description of the video. And if I forget to do that, please remind me, because I'm terrible at that sort of thing. I always forget things. There we go. Let's just dirt all of that up. And I don't really, this is, down here is the storage room. Some of this can probably be torn up, though, because it's covered. The storage room covers a lot of it. And then we can just do something like that. Rod of the Lands, super useful. All the other rods that I had to make for that quest, not so useful. In fact, very not useful. The rest of them are all kind of useless. But that's okay. The Rod of the Lands is definitely worth getting, just because dirt is kind of a pain to get. And I know there's a lot of stuff that we could still have done in this mod pack, automating this and doing some other things, but I'm just kind of weary of it, honestly. I'm just kind of to the point where I'm not really enjoying myself anymore. I'm kind of forcing myself to make videos, and I don't think that's a good thing. That's never a good thing. You never want to continue something just for the sake of continuing it, I think. Because it takes a lot of the fun out of it, and then it just, it's just not good. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Maybe some more dirt over here. We'll do a little bit of that. That should be good. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to toss a couple of charcoal blocks over here. And we'll see. Maybe I can make some pasture seeds? I'm not entirely sure. We've got an overgrowth seed. Do I not have... Maybe I don't have pasture seeds somewhere. I can always make some. Not a big deal. We'll just grab some shears. I've got some bone meal already. And we'll just go bone meal. And then I'll just shear all of this grass, and we can turn this tall grass into pasture seeds by just tossing it into here. So we'll make all of those, and now we've got a whole bunch of these, and we can spread grass throughout this whole area. You can see it start spreading already. There we go. And I'm just going to use a couple of these, kind of around and about. Hopefully... No, not going to spread over here? Okay. I was hoping, but I guess that wasn't meant to be. There we go. But we'll get patches of grass kind of around the area, which I think will help. Let's do another batch of pasture seeds. That can go... There we go. And I've got too much stuff. Here we go. Come on. Pick them up. There we go. Looking good. Okay. Much better. Let's do that, and that, and that, and that. And then one here. Maybe one here, and over here. And that should spread grass kind of in spots throughout this area. And this I kind of want to break up the squareness of it because it doesn't look very good right now. There we go. That's better. This is relatively green grass, though, all things considered. Kind of surprised by that. Not that that's a bad thing. Okay. Ooh, and we can grow some more grass there. And did I miss any spots? There's one. Okay. Cool. Then we'll actually grow some grass, some plants and things. It's not like we're lacking the bone meal, but that'll make this look a little bit more interesting and better and prettier, which I think is good. There we go. Just kind of grow it throughout, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's very green. Very, very green. Surprisingly green. I didn't think it was going to be this green. And let's grow that as well. There we go. So we've got grass kind of growing around our area, which is pretty cool. And there's some flowers and stuff too, which is always good. But okay, now other things. I need to get rid of quite a bit of this stuff out of my inventory. It's just taking up too much space. Got way too much stuff. Let's just do that. Yeah, that should be good. And then let's grow a couple trees as well while we're at it. So we'll maybe grow one right there. Maybe one right here. Just going to grow a couple of these rowan trees in various spots. There we go. One there. Maybe one here. And this area, it looks a lot more alive than it did, that's for sure. It's much prettier. It's not perfect, but it's definitely coming together. It looks all right. As far as other materials go, let's just take a look and see. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. I think Botania has a bunch of decorative things, decorative blocks and stuff. We've got endstone bricks. That's all from, this is all like the 1.8, 1.9 stuff. Trodden dirt. Oh, that's basically a path block. Okay. What else do we got? Metamorphic stone. That's okay. Let me look through here and let me look for some building materials, guys. I'll come back to you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back, and I was looking around at building materials, and most of the building materials that I could find, I didn't particularly care for. There's a lot of them that require smooth stone, which is perfectly fine. Cobble. Aha! We should have a bunch of cobble in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bunch of that smelting up in here. Which I think will be good. We'll start getting some smooth stone. And we can maybe use some of that. But I think we'll also use some actual cobble, and we'll just chisel it into better textures. So we can come over here and maybe grab these. Actually, these damaged tiles might work really well for this area. Let's just try these out as kind of like a path. Yeah. Those aren't bad. Those aren't bad at all. And then this one will kind of split off and go over to here, right? So that's like this one right here goes kind of the tree farm. Oh, why? What? Okay. Well, so much for that rowan tree. That was a little weird. A little weird. Just a bit. I'm not sure why why it grabbed that, since the tree was behind the farm, but, you know, whatever. Who am I to judge, I guess? Or something. That was strange. That was very strange. All right. I need my configurator for that, but that's okay. We'll do that later. Let's go ahead and kind of bring a path maybe over here. Right, so you got this path that kind of leads over this way. And then maybe it can kind of come... Oh, broke something there that I didn't mean to. There we go. Maybe it can kind of come like this. We're just kind of laying down a little bit of a path. Yeah, that's not bad. I'll do that, and I'm going to put that one back. And then we'll do that. So that path kind of comes over here. And then maybe we'll dig out a path that kind of goes this way as well. Just kind of through here. Oh, broke that. There we go. Yeah, that looks all right. And then maybe we come this way with the path as well to kind of come over here to this area. And definitely need to make some more of this stuff. We'll go with the damaged cobblestone tiles, or whatever they're called, which I think work really well in this particular environment for this. So I think it works. And then we'll kind of come maybe over here as well. Just as another little pathway. So you got some paths that kind of go throughout this area, which I think looks pretty good. What else can we do to kind of dress up this area and make it look prettier in the meantime? What else do we have access to? We really don't have access to any more of this stuff. Let's maybe grab a couple gold ingots and turn them into nuggets. And let's go and make ourselves some fantasy blocks. Now, fantasy blocks are made like this. And you put gold nuggets in the middle. And that makes fantasy blocks, which are pretty easy. And you can put them down like this, and they look all right. But there's a lot of really kind of cool fantasy block textures, which I think are pretty nifty. So let's see. We've got our standard brick guy one. And then maybe we can grab some pillars as well, and then just have Purple worn fantasy? Something like, ooh, and they connect. That's kind of cool. But what I'm thinking here is we can do kind of like these little pillars. That doesn't look good. Okay, we're going to change at least one of those textures. I think this one's got to go. How's that look? What's the difference there? One's topped and the other isn't. Okay. So, is there just a standard pillar? Or does it have to be... No? Why is there no pillar? I don't... that's annoying. Okay, that's fine. Let's maybe try out the worn brick. So we got kind of this worn fantasy pillar, and we're just gonna kind of spread these out kind of throughout the world a little bit. Just put a couple little piles, make it look like it's kind of like they were here before, if that makes any sense. And they're kind of, you know, runes, if you will. And these actually look fairly decent, I think. Oh, excuse me. That was quite the sneeze. Let's see. Wow. Whew. All right. I'm good. I'm fine. It's okay. All right. Man, that was quite the sneeze indeed. So here we've got fantasy bricks. We'll maybe do something like that. I'm just kind of trying to mix these around a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. Maybe here we do something like that. Maybe a couple more of them over here. And I like that they kind of connect. Just kind of build some structures, make it look like there are runes kind of spread about throughout this area, which I think is kind of a cool idea. Something like that, maybe. Yeah. Little details, just adding little details to the area. Usually makes things look a bit better. I'm not going to worry about this area over here at all. Maybe up here we'll lay down kind of like the remnants of a wall. We could maybe do something like that. And then here that would kind of come up. So you see kind of up on the hill, there's these structures that were there and now they're just kind of broken and worn down a little bit. Maybe we had like a wall here at one point, which is now kind of battered and beaten up and maimed and destroyed. Kind of show you what I mean. But yeah, that looks pretty good. And I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one right here, guys. That's the last episode. I will put a world download in the description. I hope you guys can understand why I'm calling it quits. I'm just kind of out of ideas. Well, I'm not really out of ideas, I should say. I'm just out of motivation. I'm kind of weary of some of the things, but it is what it is. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and this series, don't forget to like, subscribe. There will be new modded stuff coming your way very shortly, which I'm really excited about. As for me, guys, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description down below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.